For those of us in the western states, there's a real high degree of frustration when it comes to management of our federal forest lands. In Montana alone, the numbers are astounding. Since 2000, 6.3 million acres of Montana's forests have been affected by the mountain pine beetle. 4.3 million acres of forest and rangelands have been impacted by wildfire. The urgency is so apparent. Our forests should provide multiple uses. Managing our forests to accomplish and accommodate those various uses and benefits, it doesn't just happen. In Montana, I think we've done a relatively good job of doing that. We manage only 5% of the state's forested lands, but provide up to 15% of the annual timber volume sold in the state. And we do that while still protecting endangered species such as grizzly bear, bull trout, and lynx. On our federal lands, though, the story I don't think is quite the same. Wildlife habitat is degraded, watersheds are at extreme risk, endangering key fisheries and clean water, fire dangers off the charts, threatening local communities and stifling recreation, to say nothing of the economies of our rural communities. In Montana, we still have a viable wood products industry with small and large mills dotted across the state. Yet without significant changes in available timber supply, we'll see more and more of those mills close. Interestingly enough, about 6 years ago, a diverse group of Montanans came together to try to figure out how we could address these problems. And after years of hard work, they came up with a plan that actually they could all support. So then they took their plan to Washington, D.C. And it was in Washington, D.C. that group of folks that had all come together on the ground in Montana learned the hard truth, that Washington, D.C. wasn't really interested in finding solutions to these problems. Congress was too polarized to get anything done. They were told, yes, forest management's broken, but no thanks, we don't want to try anything new. Unfortunately, now that they believe that the Forest Service and the overall system is simply incapable of getting anything meaningful done on the ground. We now can't wait for the federal government, though, to figure out a solution. It's up to us as Westerners to really bring answers forward. Which brings me back to, I guess, my experience as a member of managing Montana's public lands. I think that model works well because there's a clarity of purpose, first of all. Second, with 5 statewide elected officials managing these lands, there's direct accountability for decision making. A third factor involves attorney's fees. People who sue us have no ability to recover their fees.